Apologies for the delay, and apologies that this is a recording. We are unable to stream right now, but we are underway here at the Pennzoil 400 here in Las Vegas. We're 22 laps in for the D1 Cup Series race, and your current leader is Nint at the moment, the 48 car of Smith Sport Racing.
So far, Nint has led 9 laps after taking the lead from Train, who's fallen back after a track bump. So, he over Nick. We have a lap car ahead already, 14 of Viking. Um,
Just as a
Caution.
reminder for the audience, qualifying had Trainwreck, the 88 car for Unfamous Racing, qualify on pole really fast, but has dropped back over the last couple of laps, and a caution has come out. But for who? Or what?
For what?
Uh,
The 24 and 57 seem to have gotten together in turn 1. Both cars crashed out.
ah. So now the pack rejoins together behind the pace car, being driven by none other than Tower himself. So the current standings at the moment for the race is Nint, the 48 car, is in first, and then Littman Nick, the 29, behind him. Trainwreck, the 88, in third. Fox, Griffox in fourth in the 95 car. Dino, the 45 car, in fifth. Raptors, the 87, in sixth. AJ, the 26 car, in seventh. Anselo, the 13 car, in eighth. Murillo, the 43 car, in ninth. And in 10th, the 24 car of uh, apparently that's what it says on the car. Uh, Jellyfan, the 57, behind him in 11th, and Viking in last, P12, now P9 as it seems, in 14th. Now the 87 of Raptors has a to the back penalty for passing in the pit lane.
That was everybody who pit. Did everybody take tires? And it's going to come out with the lead. Ooh, that was really close for a second.
As pit lane is going to be closed this time as everyone catches up to the pace car. Now Nint's last race's winner at the road course with another good performance so far, 23 laps in. Spring, how do you evaluate Nint's performance in the race so far?
Very excellent for a rookie, winning in his only the second race of the season.
Indeed. As we go green, the green flag is waved.
Train dives down to the inside of Nick. Nick's going to cut him off there. And Fox is going to have a bad restart here as he gets passed on both sides by AJ and Dinah.
And Fox is dropping back as well under threat from Murillo and Antelo. Antelo to the inside.
There's Nick down the inside of Nin.
We've got a change for the lead so far.
Nick's going to lead his first lap of the race as he clears the 48.
Nint to the outside, trying to look for a dive to the inside. He's
He's
got the
there.
run. He's there. Nick twitching a little bit, but he's going to have to leave the room as they go through three. The 48 to the inside. He's going to hold on to that line. They're still side by side as they come through the front stretch and over the line.
Dino's there too. He's trying to get up to these top two.
Yeah, don't forget Dino as well, the 45 car. Barging his way
45 and
past
88.
Trainwreck.
Really hard battle for third, as most of the rest of the pack have gone single file. Here's Nick to the inside of Nin. Gonna work.
Trainwreck on the inside of Dino. They're side by side so far. Don't forget AJ as well. Oh, and that's the 43 around. Oh, and there's contact as well. And the caution comes out. You could just see in the background.
.43 and 57 again, caught up in someone else's mess. This is a race back here. Nint looks like he's going to hold on to it.
He's got a clear gap now, but here comes Trainwreck on the outside and Dino on the inside. Trainwreck gets second. Limp and Nick drops to third. And there is the pace car. Oh, the pace car wrecks the 48. Shocking driving from an experienced driver. Oh, and he's done it again. So we have had our first round of stops so far under caution, and this time we're going to see how many drivers are going to be willing to go into the pits this time around on lap 30 of 106 at the Pennzoil 400. Spring, can you just explain to us how the ideal strategy would work out for this race? How many stops roughly would it be?
About two, maybe three. There might be three. Because the fuel window is about 30 laps. So if we went green, we would be seeing green flag pit stops about now. So they might be able to do two more stops from here. Might see someone try to save to the end, maybe, but not sure. It's the cautions are really gonna mix things up here.
Indeed, under caution, cars will be using a bit more fuel at slower laps, but of course the tyres aren't getting worn down as much. So, pink flag is out, pits are open, let's see who comes in. The leaders are coming in, the 48 and the 88, and they
They
both
both
speed.
speed.
I don't know whether that was pushing there, but they're both going to lose out severely to the 29 and 45 car. .57 to the back as well by the VRA race control. So that has really shaken up the roster so far in this race. Now that there have been penalties for the two leaders, the 45 car comes out ahead and the 48 gets penalty reminisce. So that's really unfortunate timing as well, because it's just later because the 48 had to serve a pit penalty. But it's still going to be out in the back. But for the green flag, it's going to be Dino, the 45 car. It's going to lead their first couple of laps.
He's gonna have the
Well,
13 out of the night.
yeah, actually going to have the 14 of Viking MRI team owner and race driver is going to lead for the first time this season when we go green once again, but it's unlikely that Viking's going to hold on to that when you have Dino and Littman behind.
Yeah. So Viking's gonna get that extra bonus point for leading a lap. It's gonna really help his case. And Ninja's had a bad pit stop overall. My
As this race is brought to you by rowracing.com. Closed captioning is now available for all races once enabled, including hopefully this one, um, in which you can just click on the CC button and you can hear what we're saying in real time as we go green and Dino loses out. Dino
whoa,
falls
big
back.
drop back there. Oh, Viking getting really aggressive there. And drop behind his teammate. He's gonna continue to fall back. Littman Nick is back to the lead.
And there's Fox as well. Teammate, the 95 car and the 57 behind them of Raptors.
Yes. The 87.
The 87, apologies, the 57 is the other car. So, Raptors to the inside, that yellow Pennzoil car at the Pennzoil 400.
Viking goes really wide on the outside. Ooh, he gets into Dyno.
Oh, and Dino gets loose over the grass.
Again gets really loose.
Really big shuffle at the moment in that backpack. Look at this. We're 3 wide.
Still 3 wide. This is insane.
Really great racing.
Nick
Everyone's being able to hold their own so far, but
and Nick
Viking is
spins
holding.
around
Oh,
from the
and that's the
lead.
leader. Litman Nick has gone over the bump, probably on the front stretch, has just lost it.
That's
So
gonna be huge.
another rewrite in the current standings of this race, as it's going to be Raptors who lead for the first time this season. The 87 car, who moved to Spring Motorsports at the start of this year, and the 14 has got a warning from race control for over aggressive driving. Viking with a common trait showcasing there. Um, but he needs to be wary about the other drivers behind him. There's a big pack as we're just focusing in on Raptors as we speak.
Viking's gonna put himself on the wall.
And
And
surprisingly, up in
Dyno.
second as we speak is Anslow on the 13 car, holding on to the outside, gets hit in the wall and has
Caution's
to
out.
drop back. Oh, caution's out again. What was that for? Was that for?
The 45 this time. And there goes Antel.
Well, all kinds of chaos at the moment. Third caution of the race so far. At lap 40, just 10 laps from the original caution.
Where is the field?
Currently on the backstretch into turn 3 so far. And people are coming into the pits once again. I don't think we have any speeders.
No, but
Everybody's in
Raptors
though. It's
just
a really
lost.
crowd pit lane. Look
Yeah,
at this.
Raptors lost a lot of positions with that move there. Ooh, Marilla's gonna miss his stall. That's not gonna be good for him. And Dinah's gonna hit another driver. He's gonna come up first. I think they're all taking fresh tires. It's gonna be really important here. Oof, lots of contact. Train's gonna come out front.
Oh, and look at this. Is that Murillo reversing in pit road? Just in the background there. Turns it around. Now that is an interesting way to get out of your pit stall.
Yeah, he did. He got spun going in, so now he's all the way in the back.
So we're going to be green this time as the field bunches up. And Murillo speeding ahead of the pack is having to drop back. So it's going to be
All these drivers.
Trainwreck. The pole sitter is going to start once again in front ahead of AJ and Fox, and the green flag is waved. And we're away, and Dino's all the way on the grass. Is going to have to try and come back on the track.
Oh, they're four wide.
So the 14 and the 45 have been asked to relegate their positions to the back. And Trainwreck is speeding ahead once again. Clearing a bit more of a gap, and they're all over the place. The 87 and 95 are fighting. We're zooming in on the major pack here, and Fox is getting sent down. Fox has been
Oh,
spun around by his teammate. Oh, we spoke too soon.
and only one driver somehow came out of that harmed.
Oh, we
They're
spoke too soon
they're
again.
getting squirrely.
And Fox causing a bit of a wreckage there. And costing his teammate as well. Well, actually, no, not his teammate. Apologies. It
Oh
seems to
yeah.
be his teammate. But the 29 of Limit Nick. You see, that is the common question being raised about the Hot Rat Racing team,
Yes,
especially
we've
from.
gone spread out here once again. Train is gonna have a huge lead though. Oh, they get squirrely in the back. Murillo and CK. I don't
His
have
rep.
view names on it, right?
Hmm?
View names is off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Train continues to lead. Even after that penalty, he's gonna get back up front.
there is nothing that can stop that unfamous Camaro, it seems. We've got a battle for second so far. Make that a freeway battle for second as the 26 dives
Ooh,
down the
AJ is
inside
gonna
of 87.
send it up his inside,
Can he keep the
side by
inside line?
side.
Oh, he's hit the bump. And he gets loose into the wall. Can he hold it?
Keeps it.
Oh, he
Oh,
clips Fox. Oh my word.
they both keep it together.
Somehow.
And this is going to give Train an even bigger lead.
Wow. A bit of skill there to keep it together. There's Dino on the inside of Viking. They're free wide. Oh, and there's a bit of a pinch. Against the wall, the 14 and 26 come together for a little bit of a car smooch. As we look back towards the front, it's Nint in second, ahead of the pack so far, with Ansel behind him. Ansel to the inside of the 48. Still there, needs to keep their lines. But what they really need to do is they need to catch Trainwreck, who now has just under a 2-second lead. It's 1.837 seconds from Nint last time around over the line. We've got a bit of squabbling in the back there between the 43 and the 87. And the 48 gets a warning for aggressive driving.
Well, the 13 there, from my understanding.
As we take a look back down the field, there's a bit of battling for. Here is the battle for 10th so far, Viking, the MRI 14 car. Oh, and they come together into the wall. The 95 gets put in the wall by the 14. Caught on camera right there, just on the exit of turn 4. Fox is not going to be happy about that move. And the 14 gets a final warning as well on his last legs for toleration of that. So the 26 and the 87 still
Whoa.
close together. And what's happened down the field? Oh, and the 87 gets a bump. Gets loose into the wall, but manages to save it. But he's going to lose a bit of time from that. Now, teammates the 43 and the 13 of Murillo and Antelo, respectively. They are currently in third and fourth, just battling over positions so far. Oh, and
There's
the 13 gets
Ansel.
loose.
It's going to keep it together. It's going to lose a lot of time to the 43.
And is now going to be under attack from the 24 car. Oh, and they make a bit of contact. And the 24 is onto the grass. And here's Dino into the mix as well. 45 car, that WrestleMania 41 scheme. As we ride on boards currently with Antelo. Apologies, not
Three
Antelo,
wide.
the 24 car.
CK.
As we get back to the action, and Dino's gone to the inside of Anselo and is going to get the move done. The 24 is hung out to dry, and 45 moves up to fourth. Here is the onboard from the 24 car. Oh, and Anselo gets loose right in front of the 24, and they both keep it together. We've had quite a dramatic race in the back so far, but our current race leader is still Trainwreck, who has a gap of 1.784 seconds last time round. So the gap is still just under 2 seconds. So Nint is holding on for dear life right now as we go on board. Let's see his lines. Goes to the middle, comes down low, and then out to the exit. The gap is falling though. 1.66 seconds so far is the gap between first and second. Here's the view from behind. As you can see in the rearview mirror is Nint. Now here's another battle again. It's the 13 and the 24 car, and slow to the inside. We're riding on board with the 57 of Jellyfan, who's going to get a front row seat of the action ahead.
He has two cars battling behind him too.
And there you can see the 87 and the 26.
This train continues to lead up ahead. Really impressive drive by the 88. It's incredible to see him back. Took a 3-season hiatus, if I'm not mistaken. One in
Indeed.
season 2 and just dipped. But he's back for another season of the Cup Series, and he's doing very well.
He's come back really fast, especially after a long time. It's hard to get used to the brand new cars as well, completely different to what he might have experienced. But we get back to the action in the mid pack. And now the battles between Antelol and Hobbs, the 24 car, as well as 57, 87, the two Spring Motorsports cars of Jellyfan and Raptors, as well as AJ, the 26.
Ansel almost shoved that 24 into the grass. Not clear. 57 is doing a pretty good job at not forcing his way into this battle here and just hoping to capitalize on any mistake.
He may have it down the back stretch, possibly.
24 blocking a lot here.
And they're
That's
going
going
to
to give
possibly
them
go
not a
through
great
wide.
entry.
Yeah, they're
It was a
both going
bad
to.
entry by the 13 and 24. Yeah. And like I was saying, the 57
Oh.
capitalizing on their mistakes. Oh,
Oh! Spoke too soon, and the 57's around. Can he keep it? Yes! Using the 13 and 87 fellow Fords as a recovery method, but right in front of the pack as well, but has to come back. So all their hard work undone there for Jellyfan. Unfortunate. That was a pretty good drive so far, but it's not all lost for him. As 57 makes a move to the inside on Ancelot and his teammate Raptors, and again
Oh,
goes around the
again.
57 and the 13. The 13 goes around and into the wall, and that's going to
And
cost
that is going to
Ancelot.
be a caution.
The caution comes out once again, the fourth time this race.
Ooh, 24 blocking 87 really aggressively on the race back here. But Train still is going to lead.
Oh, and he spins around. Spins around after the race back. They're still going to keep position, but the gap by the end of the caution is now 1.15 seconds. So the gap was falling. So is this a sign that Trainwreck is not putting in as much consistent laps, good consistent laps compared to Nint, who is gaining and now has the upper hands because they are right close there, right with Trainwreck, who's going to need a bit of luck to try and escape once again. But we have a late joiner in the race, and that is Pios, the 41 car, who is going to be joining at the back. So, Spring, what are your current predictions of the race so far? How do you reckon the late race will shape up?
Not too sure. This race has been pretty unpredictable so far. We've had cautions after cautions and then a pretty long green flag stint. So, and this track, very aged, is gonna getting lifting the drivers off of their balance here and spinning them out a lot.
Hmm. Especially on the front stretches where drivers need to be wary of. But you're right, it is really unpredictable so far. Not one driver, apart from maybe Trainwreck, has been able to hold their own so far. But all is to play for at the restart, as pits will be open this time. The pink flag comes out. Let's see who comes in. I reckon everyone is going to be. Oh, and everyone
Oh,
speeds as
lots
well.
of speeders. So many speeders.
The top three all spared, apart from the 45, I'm pretty sure. So into the pit stall is the 45, who we're currently riding on board with. And it's going to come out ahead of the speeders in the pit lane, as well as AJ, who's now moved up to second. So once again, a big shake-up, and is that the pace car going in reverse? Wow. So race control has issued a message for the drivers who've had speeding penalties to just take the penalties instead of a to the back. But Dino now comes up in front for the restart. A good position for him. Been around the field a bit from the front to the back after a couple of mistakes and incidents. But he's got AJ, the 26 car, behind him, as well as Murillo, the 43. But it's going to be green next time, likely. But whilst we're here, let's just take a bit of time to mention our sponsor for rowracing.com, who now have closed captioning available for all races uploaded and videos uploaded there. Just press the CC button and you can hear what we're saying in real time. on the video feed. So it's going to be green this time for the field.
The car is off, and we're green.
So the green flag comes out just before the restart zone, and Dyno gets a good start, has cleared the gap already. And there is the field. So AJ is actually catching Dyno as well on the backstretch and
3
through the turns.
wide. They almost just wrecked in the back there.
Oh, and
And
there's
Fox coming into the grass.
Fox on the grass, hitting a bump there, and there is a bit of smoke on the front stretch. It's going
Yeah,
to wear down his tires.
the grass to track transition is not friendly there.
Drivers need to be wary about going across the grass. They may be penalised for it for cutting the corner, as well as the risks that it poses to the car. Catching your front bumper on that grass is just going to cause a hell of a lot of issues.
Udana's going to give AJ a bump here for the lead. AJ somehow kept it off the wall. Excuse me.
Especially on the back stretch. But here comes Anselo, the 13 car, currently in third position, is going to bump 26 wide and is going to take second place and is going to clear Dyno as well from AJ. So there is Anselo in your back, as well as AJ alongside. They're side by side. Anselo is going to try and cover AJ. AJ looking to the outside this time. Not going to work. Here
Whoa.
comes Trainwreck trying to go under the apron as well. Gets the move done on AJ, but can he keep it?
43 gets shoved in the grass a bit. Same with the 48.
So it's all bunched together, and Trainwreck is still up in the top pack. That's the person you need to watch out for. But the pack is close together. There's four for the battle for first. Trainwreck to the inside of Antelo. Antelo is going to go through the medium high line and covers off Trainwreck for now. But there is not going to be much stopping for that 88 car, the unfamous racing Chevy, who gets the move done on Anselo and is now setting sights on Dyno, who needs to be wary about where he needs to put the car in order to cover off Trainwreck so far. But here comes Anselo on the inside because Trainwreck goes up high. Oh, and a bit of a bump on Anselo as well as he goes over the track. It's a really rough surface here. Oh, and there's a bit of a pinning as well. Oh, and the 13. Yeah, the 13 and the 26 now cost so much time for themselves by getting pinned onto the backstretch. That's going to take them out of contention for the top spot so far, leaving Trainwreck now to set his sights on Dyno once again. The gap last time was just 0.07 of a second.
Again, the 26 and 13 almost get into each other.
They seem to be having a rivalry brewing with how many times they've made contact in this race so far.
Being too aggressive. If they want a chance, they're gonna have to.
Indeed, it's not about just fighting who's in front of you. It's about thinking for how
Oh
much.
my goodness.
So here is the battle for the lead. Oh, and the caution's out. The fifth caution this time, and around goes Lippmann Nick as well. So something happened in the back there. Apologies for not covering that. So the fifth caution of the race. Pits are not going to be open this time, but around the next time, with 29 now, going to be 28 laps to go here at the Pennzoil 400 in Las Vegas.
Caution. Caution lap counter still a little scuffed. It's okay. It counts them. It doesn't show. So our two-time defending Verizon 500 winner is our leader.
Indeed. For those who missed it, the opening race of the season, in which the ending saw controversially Lippmann Nick get a penalty for failing post-race inspection and giving Dino his second ever Verizon 500 win and pushing Smith Sport Racing up into the lead of the teams and drivers championship so far. But overall, how has Dino been as a driver this season so far?
He's been excellent. A first and a second place. Really good for the 45 team. And Smithsport overall has been good, only lacking in their third car.
Indeed, and on those news, it was heard that third driver for D1, Ginty, is looking to move down to D2 uh, into the 35 car for 2 weeks' time. Speaking that they didn't feel confident in their driving in D1 and felt they needed just a bit more time in D2.
Yeah,
That
I've
is the
heard there's a
fire.
lot of signing drama recently in the past week.
Indeed, we've heard about there was a story with Crown who was looking to get a substitution in his place.
No, wait. Sorry. I think our driver has one of our drivers, Fox, has pulled it into the garage. Big issue for him.
Well, managing to find yourself into the pit garages would probably be a big problem. But where
Yeah,
is he? He is not turning up on the menu. I think he's retiring from the race. Potentially some kind of issue with the car, maybe? Or maybe it was a connection issue. Who knows? But that is going to be our first retiree of the race. Not going to come across the line.
that really sucks for him. First race of his season,
We've also got Murillo.
and
Murillo's stuck on the barrier. Where is that? Coming out of...
it's
That is
about
on the
into
backstretch.
turn three.
So he stopped on the backstretch there as they're going to go green this time. You can see where he is on the track. But he's out of harm's way for now. But that may also be another issue for him as well. Ford cars
That's
dropping
definitely
out.
gonna, yeah, that's definitely gonna cause him to lose laps. Not gonna be good for the driver of the 43, but we're gonna go green this time. Dino as our leader with Train, who's been extraordinary today, in second.
And the green flag
And we
waves.
are green. Good start by everybody.
Now Rats
Antwell
has
is going
got.
to dive it to the inside of the 87.
And somebody goes high. Lemon Nick as well onto the apron, trying to push the 87 high. And into the wall as well. But the
Someone's got to let
45
off
holds
here.
on. Apologies. So Trainwreck catching up to
Oh,
Dino. Oh, and there's
keep
people
it
on the
together.
grass.
And they all turned each other. Somehow everybody keeps it together. Whoa.
Oh, and people
What a
around the
wreckage.
24 and the 26 are into the wall. Currently running on board with the 48 car, qualified in second. 57 gets a warning.
That was odd. I can't. I'd have to assume lag. There's no way you miss the corner like that. That really hurt AJ's day.
Indeed, and there's Lemon Nick getting a pass on Nint. This is the battle for fourth so far. As you can see, up the road, Trainwreck on the inside of Dino. Nobody stopping Trainwreck there. Really strong pace so far.
Dino's going to have another really good day if he can keep it out front.
He just needs to battle Trainwreck, and that's all he needs to worry about. Trainwreck? um,
Train wake. Yeah, side by side, CK and Viking, all the way in the back.
and there's the front of that MRI Mustang. And this is the battle for pretty much last at this point, or ninth.
9. Whoa! Vikings sent him up all the way.
They both go really up high. But Viking, the 14, is going to have the inside for turn 3 and
Train's
4
looking
as
on the
well.
leader.
And here comes, oh, here comes CK. Oh, and they both get loose over the grass. But they both managed to keep it together. We're continuing to
Yeah,
see this
these
battle.
two.
As we switch back to the leaders. But here's the 88 and the 45.
Train side by side down the front stretch. 18 laps to go as Nick and Anselo, former teammates, race for third.
Battles going on everywhere you look. Trainwreck is trying to get clear of the 45 and does so.
Amazing switchback move by the 87. And again, forcing a driver really close to that grass. He got a penalty for it earlier, and he's being really aggressive in that part of the track.
Oh, and they come together a little bit. 3 wide.
4 wide. Pilot's trying to make it 4 wide.
Here at Las Vegas, you'd expect to see it at Daytona, but not here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But the 41 is going to help out the 48 by pushing them along and clearing them of the Fords of the 57, 87, and 13. Again, the battle for the lead continues, but Littman Nick is starting to clear himself from the pack behind and is now catching up to the leaders about half a second gap. As they come over the line. Oh, there's people around. The
Huge
13 gets the
crash.
drive-through penalty. Could see in the backgrounds there, but I think the 87 and 41 were involved. And the caution comes out yet again, 6th time today, with 15 to go. But we're going to see the race back here. Who can get it? The 45 or the 88?
88's going to hold it. Donna's going to
Just
be in
about.
second, though. Now, the question is, do you pit or do you stay out here?
Well, we've got 15 laps to go. Depends. Oh dear, a bit of contact there. At this point in the race, if your tyres are starting to wear off, maybe a good time now. But drivers pitted last caution. I mean, it's been a while since then, but we'll have to wait and see. At the end of the day, you want to be on fresh tyres compared to older ones, especially here at Las Vegas, where the tyres will go very quickly if you're not aware of how much tyre wear you're causing. So Anselo picked up a drive-through penalty just before the caution. And just going to have to serve through the pits without pitting. But now is the time we're going to see who pulls in. With the pink flag waved, pits are open. Let's see who comes in. Most people will.
Oh,
Oh,
two
and the
speeders
45 and the
again.
88 with a sped. So the top two have picked up penalties. So they're going to be to the back, and it's really shook up the grid once again. Just one simple mistake can cost you the race. But let's see who comes out first on pit road. Oh, and they're free wide through pit road. But Dino and Trainwreck
Sucks,
are
John.
going to be to the back, and Litman Nick is going to lead from the restart. There's a pace car stopped in the track there. Oh my god. The 87 gets airtime, cleaving out everyone around him for some reason. But here is your top three so far. It'll be green next time as they come across the line. And that rhymes. So race control has issued a green this time. We're going to be restarting. And it's going to be Litman Nick, Nint, Pyos, Jellyfan, CK. All 5 of these drivers. No, apparently it's going to be green next time. As there is, not sure why, but maybe somebody in the back. Who is this? Somebody driving a 95 car, but that is not Fox. Fox has already retired in this race.
That is Fox. He's come back after an issue that really just threw a huge wrench into his race.
Potentially, but I'm not sure. It comes down currently as Tower Hater 69, supposedly. Not, but we're not sure whether that's Fox or not. Maybe, probably is.
It is Fox.
But Littman Nick cost himself the win at Daytona, but it's going to be green this time. And green flag
Miles is up here
waves.
now.
Nint gets a good start, looking to the inside, gets moved onto the grass. Here comes Pios on the outside. Pios out of nowhere is going to get help from the 57. We've got 4 cars battling for the lead.
It's a huge stack up in the back.
Littman Nick holds on for now, but here comes the 48 to the inside. Trying to look for the gap, but it's not there. 29 holds on for now with 9 laps
Oh,
to
the
go.
13. Oh, Antoine might be out of fuel. He's pitting.
Oh, and people going
There goes
around.
57.
Yeah, you're right. Ansel coming through the pits, or is he serving the drive-through penalty?
Oh, he's serving that penalty.
Indeed, he
Is
is. He's
Viking
doing it under
Antoine.
green. Oh, and that's the 29, the 41, the 45 come together. They can't drive in a straight line, it seems, and all 3 of them are going to get themselves costing. And the caution comes out. Again, for the 7th time this race with 8 laps to go. But it's now Nint in the lead ahead of Littman Nick. And the 95 gets to the back as Lucky Dog. Having been lapped, but is now going to come back onto the lead lap this time. So we're going to be green this time. No pits opening this time. It's going to be a straight race to the finish. No stopping now. As the restart gets underway, the green flag is waved. The 29 gets a good start. Going to bump the back of the 48. Here comes the 45 as well with an amazing start. It's going to be on the outside line though. Can he get to the inside? No, it's blocked off by Littman Nick at the last second. 45 has to go wide, but it's still there. And the gap is small. The 88 is forced to relegate position by the race control. The 48 goes high, 29 goes to the inside. With 5 laps to go. The battle for the lead. Oh, and the 45 gets
I
loose.
know. Oh, he's gonna hit the 41. That's gonna lose them both time.
Saves it, but loses positions. And Littman Nick is ahead of Nint for now. But with 4 laps to go, it's anybody's race. Nint looking for the move on the inside. Not quite there through turn 3. Maybe through turn 4. If he gets a good run on the front stretch. Goes down really low. Has to avoid the bumps as well. 3 laps to go now. And there's the room. The 48 goes down the inside of the 29. Nint to the inside is going to try and hold on to the lead. They're scrubbing paint as they come down low through turn 3 into turn 4. Now who's got the better run on the front stretch? Littman Nick for now does. As he hits a bump. Oh, and that's the 88 around in the background on the front stretch.
Oh my God.
And the caution comes out with 2 laps to go. The 95 is asked to relegate position. So did the 88. But this is race back, you see. And who's going to win it? Who's going to claim it? The 29 or the
Maybe Littman
48?
Nick.
And Littman Nick just about gets it with 2 laps to go. It is going to be a straight race to the finish unless overtime is called.
It will be called.
And it is. So overtime is now in effect for this race. As the leaderboard will reset, ready for overtime. It's going to be green next time. So pits are open, and look at this. Oh, and Littman Nick was thinking about it, didn't go in. We almost had Littman Nick, the leader, coming into pit with overtime. Oh, and the pace car on the 29 gets taken out. And the pace car is gone. Virtual pace car is in effect. Well, that's a first for this season. The pace car is going to respawn on the back stretch. But it's going to be green this time. It's going to be a straight race to the finish. Who wants it more? Littman Nick. Nint looking for his second win this season, with Littman Nick looking for his first win this season. As we go green, who gets a better start? It's the 87. Look at this, final lap.
That's not right.
Nope, 2 laps to go, apologies. The scoreboard was having a bit of a moment. But the 87 round the outside, Raptors comes out of nowhere to take the lead.
Whoa, where did he?
Just has an amazing start from third. And has launched himself into the contention to win this race, but the restart has been claimed to be under review from race control, looking into how the 87 got
This
such a good start.
all right.
But here's the 87 and the 29 are battling. And this is the final lap, it seems. Who's going to get it? As they come across the line, and Littman Nick wins. Oh my god. And Littman Nick wins at the Pennzoil 400. Wow. Well, an oddly confusing finish there, but Littman Nick uh, wins it. But the restart is now under review, likely for the 87. But now it's now been three different winners. Oh, and people are wrecking on the cool down lap. As everyone comes into pit road. But it's going to be Littman Nick who finally gets his first win of the season. And there he goes. And this moment of sweet victory is presented by rowracing.com. And there you see Littman Nick across the grass, celebrating with his team owner as well, Viking, who climbs on top of the car. He's going for a ride. Well, Littman Nick will sure to be happy about that. Getting first win underway, retribution for what happened at Daytona. And Viking hops into the car. And Littman Nick pulls into victory lane with his team owner, Viking. We're going to have him to interview very shortly.
Banking, this is our first one. Well, hello there.
Hello, congratulations, Littman. You're the winner of the Pennzoil 400. That's your first win for the season under your belt.
Uh, yep, definitely the first one. You know, This is great. Very happy that this ended up working out. No, it couldn't have worked out. Well, it could have worked out a lot better, but ended up finishing the result that we needed. Um, if there are any post race penalties, I will be incredibly disappointed as I did not do anything wrong. But I am very happy to know that my team owner finally has the D1 win that has been ever so elusive.
Indeed, driving for MRI. In the final stages of that race, you came to the front quite surprisingly, really. Nobody really saw that, as it was mostly Trainwreck who was the dominant driver until the end there. How did you manage to get towards the front and just stay on top?
Okay, so first part of the race, I had done my calculations during practice about how much fuel I would burn, full speed versus saving. So first little stint, I decided to try to see if I can get a lap lead, get that guaranteed point. I was not fast enough to keep up with Trainer and so I fall back trying to save fuel. Well, unfortunately, the cautions played out poorly. I had huge lag spike, dropped me back 20 seconds. Huge problem. Ended up being able to rebound from it because of a caution. And then based off of just pure pace and passing, it was not very easy, but it was very technical of how I got past people. I did it fairly cleanly. And it just ended up working out. I had the 87 ahead of me, and he was fast, but I don't feel like he was fast enough to make it worthwhile, make it worth for him to be up front, you know. But it ended up being okay. Ended up working out.
And earlier you just mentioned about this being the first win for MRI. How proud of you to be able to come back to the team that where you started your journey and be able to finally get them the win that they are looking for.
I'm very happy. This is a long time coming. It should have happened 2 weeks ago. It did happen 2 weeks ago, but it got taken away from me in what I believe is still an unjust penalty. Um, this will help out in the point standings. Although Dino did finish only a couple spots behind me, a spot behind me. I don't know where he finished. Um, this still helps out. I got win plus a lap lead. Very nice points. Help me move towards a better championship run.
Yeah, well, congratulations on the win. You fully deserved it towards the end. Good drive, and thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Thank you for your time.
So, all right, there is your race winner. Littman Nick, the 29 car, wins after a heartbreak at Daytona, finally comes back, bounces back here at Las Vegas. I think that's all we're going to have time for. Apologies for not being able to live broadcast this, but this will be posted. And thank you very much for watching. I've been your main commentator, Will Smith, for this weekend, as well as the D2 race. I was also joined by Spring as well, VRA chairman.